how scary the butterfly effect really is. Why the butterfly effect will make your life smooth sailing. A butterfly fluttered its wings in Brazil. In Brazil could cause a tornado in Texas a month later. It may sound a little crazy, but it's this incredulity that reveals the horror of the butterfly effect. Back in 1961, American meteorologist Edward Lorenz used a computer to perform a series of calculations related to weather forecasting. Because computers at that time were extremely slow, in order to save time, Lorenz decided that after the first calculation, instead to perform the second calculation from the middle of the program. But when the results came back, Lorenz was completely dumbfounded. The results of the second calculation were very different from the first. The difference between the two calculations was only 1 in 10,000. But it was this insignificant error that's what caused the whole thing to look so different. So Lorenz carried out many more calculations and realized that everything in the process of development, a small change in one initial condition, would lead to a long and dramatic chain reaction in the whole system. Eventually Lorenz summarized his findings and came up with the famous chaos theory. According to this theory, Lorenz believed that completely accurate weather forecasting was impossible, and in a subsequent lecture, he used a butterfly to illustrate this efficiency, and this is widely known as the butterfly effect. And the concept of the butterfly effect is very common in our lives. Take a simple example. One day when Jack woke up to take a shower, he left his watch by the sink. When his wife saw it, she was afraid that it would get wet, so she put it on the dining room table. When his son got up to get some bread, he accidentally dropped his watch on the floor. The watch was broken. He was furious when he saw it. He beat his son and scolded his wife. They had a big fight over it. You slammed the door and drove to the office. But halfway there he realized that he had forgotten his laptop at home. Inside there are very important information to be given to the client. So he turned around and went to get the computer. But his wife had already left for work, and he forgot his keys at home. Jack had to call his wife in a hurry to open the door. She sprained her ankle going down the stairs. By the time she got home, Jack was an hour late. The client had left. The boss of the company was very angry. He deducted all the year-end bonuses, and his wife sprained her foot. She had to take time off from work for treatment. As a result, she lost her full attendance bonus, and his son failed his final exam because he was beaten up in the morning. So just because the wife moved her watch, that's all that happened. In the whole thing, the watch only cost 10% of the loss, but that 10% was amplified by Jack's emotions and eventually caused a 90% loss. If any small thing is amplified by emotions, the chain reaction may even be too late to regret. This is the butterfly effect. It's a daily routine for most people, so you must control your emotions. Don't make a fuss over small things. Otherwise, you and I may not be able to control what happens in the end.